this is Jim with the Fast Leader Show, and I'm here with Dr. Zhang of University of California at Santa Cruz, and also the Chief Technology Officer of Rely. So, Dr. Zhang, there's a whole lot of information in regards to artificial intelligence and chatbots about the customer experience. I mean, it can be so overwhelming and confusing. Where should someone really start thinking about chatbots and AI?
So, I understand, yes, it is very challenging for most of people to understand the landscape of chatbot and AI. As a professor and instructor in the field, I try to organize to help people to understand the field from two perspectives. One perspective is you can look at the technologies behind AI chatbots. There are, in general, 3 generations of technologies. The first generation is mainly based on rules. People, even undergraduate students or maybe high school kids who know programming can write rules. If people say this, boss say this, right? The second generation is based on supervised machine learning, and then generally is you have quite a lot of conversation, and you label your data and try to train a model to learn how to talk with human, but you need a lot of label data. The third generation is based on adaptive, unsupervised learning. So it's pretty easy for companies with customer service have tons of transcripts, or you can launch the bot, let the bot talk with human, then you get tons of transcripts with no human labels. Then you can let your bot learn from those unlabeled data. So, and the third generation generally combines the benefits of the first two, rule-based supervised learning, then augmented with tons of unlabeled data. That's the technology landscape. Another way you can look at the landscape is based on the use cases they can cover, right? And what we call entry class chatbot is more of a chatbot who can do question and answer, right? More like FAQ, you put tons of FAQ pairs there. If someone hit a question on your FAQ list, chatbot says this. Hit one, chatbot says this. That's entry level. And then another second level, chatbot covers more complicated use cases that we call multi-round conversation chatbots. For example, you can say, what's the weather? And then the chatbot say, do you mean San Jose or San Francisco? Or the chatbot can say, which city do you mean? And then San Francisco, the chatbot asks, how about today or tomorrow, right? You can have multi-round conversation. If you want to book a ticket, the chatbot can ask you, what's the destination? You give the answer, what's the origin, and so on. So that's called multi-round chatbot. Okay. Then the third level, the more advanced level, is chatbot actually capture of do the conversation in a pretty flexible way. For example, if you are doing a chatbot doing one task, I want to book a ticket. In the middle of the task, say, let's book a ticket, we collect a destination, origin, departure date, find the flights. Then, oh, you haven't created an account yet. Let's go to do another task, create an account. So the chatbot guides you to create an account using your email address. Then the bot can come back, continue the booking task. As you can see in this whole user process, the interaction with the user, you have 2 tasks coming together, book a ticket and create a new account. And also when the bot is, that's what we call mixed tasks. And another thing a more advanced chatbot is capable of doing is mixed initiatives. Sometimes the user can lead the conversation, bots can also lead the conversation, and if user want to jump in, change the topic, bot follows. Okay, those are the which we call mixed tasks and mixed initiatives. And that covers the much more flexible use cases. As you see, you can combine different use cases, tasks together, and it's very natural if you have a first customer coming to your website. When they book a trip, they need to do something, right? Create an account and so on. And a bot is programmed to do a single task, won't be able to handle those adaptive cases.
So definitely trying to do some of those more technically advanced or difficult use cases where you're really actually replacing, some of your contact volume requires a different level of botting that has to be part of your consideration and decision set.
Yeah, so if you if you have tons of user requests, and if you are facing your challenge of you need to cut down or handle, say, 70% of the user requests, you have to have advanced ability, because not 70% are FAQs. Right? And also for certain use cases, for example, we have customers who originally built their bots for support customer service after user purchase trip, but they end up find bot is talking, user are talking with the bot about purchasing new tickets, right? And then once you're doing that, in order to grab that new opportunity, cross-selling opportunities, you need bot to have such kind of ability, switching topic or handling more complicated multi-round booking, buying new tickets, things. And that require more advanced technique than simple technique. Those are more complicated use cases.
Dr. Chung, thank you for sharing your knowledge and wisdom, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.